I am not sure. Ximena, would you like to come up for a minute or no? I'm going to talk about the situation in Mexico, but if you want to come up and give us you're underground. You are there. So if you want to come up today, you let me know. Not now. Anytime you want. You let me know. I'll do a show with you later over here if you want. Would you like to do that a little bit later this morning? You let me know. I'll plan a show just for that. You'll see the thumbnail. If you'd like to do a little collaboration a little bit later, just let me know. I would love to have you on. I'm going to talk about it this morning, but I know it's early in the morning there, so you let me know if you want to come on later. Well, I'll do a show just for that. Oh, okay, good. All right. Excellent. Ajita is Tyra's show. Yeah, okay. Let me get Ximena up here. Yeah. This is for Ximena, guys. Okay, because we did a show last night. All right, this is for Ximena, guys. Let me get her attention for a little bit, and we'll have a quick conversation about what might be going on in her area there. Okay, that's what we'll do. Yeah. Let me put my volume up here. Okay, my volume is up. Yeah, you come whenever you want. Well, if anybody's watching Tyra while watching this, let me know if they mention us and what timestamp that she does. Okay, we have Ximena. The doorbell rang. We have Ximena coming in from Mexico. Let me fix the background here for you. Give me a second. All right. Here we are. Hello, Ximena. Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
I'm sure it's very early there.
It is.
We got Ximena coming in from Mexico, and as you know, we were concerned about you last night. We did a show just to check on you, and you did come in, which is nice. Angelique gave you a heads up. So it was nice to hear from you, even though the news might not have been what we wanted to hear. We did want to hear that you were well, and that's the message that came through. So what's going on? Talk to me.
Well, we've been hijacked by the narcos, so right now they're outside in the cities, especially mine, Puerto Vallarta. I'm in Guadalajara, so I'm in the capital city of Jalisco, which is the main center of this cartel. So we have been hijacked, and narcos are in the streets. They're having confrontations. They're hijacking cars, set them on fire, and blocking streets and burning establishments and supermarkets, like convenience stores. They burnt approximately like 20 banks that are from the government. This is a statement for the government because they. What happened was that they killed one of the main, like the leader of the main cartel that we have in Mexico, the most powerful one. So they killed this guy. So the cartel started doing things around the country. So half the country, I think approximately like between 14 or 20 states had some issues with them yesterday. We're still having some issues. We don't know how long this is going to take. So people are just we canceled classes. Public transportation is canceled. I don't know if they're open today. 1,200 people had to sleep in the parking lot of the zoo in buses because they were stuck there. There's people gathering in churches who couldn't come home. So yeah, it's not a nice picture right now.
So one thing, how is your family?
My family is okay. My daughter was supposed to come home yesterday with me, but she's staying at her dad's, which I think is better right now. So
Okay.
she's there. My son also is with his dad. So my mom and my sister and the rest of the family are okay. They live in another state, which is also controlled by narco. And so they're okay.
All right.
I'm a
So
little bit
everybody's
scared.
safe.
I'm scared because I'm alone in my house. So
I
I'm
know.
like, I'm just
I
me.
get it.
But yeah.
Now, from where you are you hearing things outside or seeing things in the distance and things like?
No, just sirens in the distance. It's eerie. It's very quiet. Like I live in a 6 million people city, and it's
Oh wow.
super quiet right now. Like it's eerie. It's some things like I don't know. It's complicated how to explain it. Like it's just this silence and just sirens in the background. It's just
So
yeah.
how far from you did this operation take place? Like they obviously they captured and killed this what's his name? What's his name?
El
Uh
Mencho.
Mencho. How far is that from you? Is that 10
Where they
miles
capture him is 1 hour and a half away,
out?
not that far away. It's a very
Yeah.
nice place actually. It's very country and like there's cottages there that you can go spend time with your family. Um, they captured him there, but all the mess started in Puerto Vallarta, which is a port that we have a beach. It's very famous.
Mhm. Oh yeah, heard of it.
A-
Yeah.
and that was like the whole city was like hijacked, and then they came to Guadalajara. I think the problem in these two cities is like normally when they do these narco blockages, what we call them, they just like every entrance and exit of the cities are like they set things on fire and they stay there and you can get out of the city and you can't go in the city. So that's like what they do. But in this case, what they did is they entered the city. So, for example, I had buses being burnt like 3 blocks away from my house, like 3 blocks away from my where my daughter goes to school. At her dad's house, they were burning like two establishments, like blocks away from where they live. Um, so it's like in the city, which is very scary. Like there's videos in one of the main avenues where they are like armed people are bringing um, people down from their cars and like telling them to get down armed. And there's families like with kids making them get out of the car, take the car and cross it in the avenue and start setting it on fire or things like that. So it's very scary, especially if you were in the street. I was about to get out yesterday when I started seeing my neighbors posting videos, and I'm like, "What is going on?" and
Yeah.
so yeah,
That's
it's scary. It's
the
very
good
scary.
thing. The good thing for you, for everybody in the world today, is that social media has the ability to alert people. Like you just said, your neighbors and people you know, you're able to communicate with people in certain ways, posting videos, things like that, which is great. Using WhatsApp and all these other applications that you can
Yeah,
use to keep each other informed. Someone could tell you, Jimena, there's a problem down there a mile down the road. I would recommend that you don't go down there. Or I was just at the store down the street and it looks like they're coming that way and everybody will stay clear. And so these are the positive things in the
yes, it
world
is.
today about social media. So I'm sure it's helping you.
And the good thing is, like, I don't know if you've noticed, but our president hasn't said anything. She hasn't declared anything because she's involved in all of this. I think they asked for an actual big politician, and she delivered him, and now she betrayed the narco. That's a word, at least in
Oh, yeah.
social media, like community, like journalists, things like that. She hasn't said anything. She was in a like an event yesterday, just like smiling. They moved her to a ship that is very secure in Mexico. So it's like, why hasn't she come out and said anything? One, so like, because she's involved, but like she had to give someone to Trump, which I appreciate because Trump, he's doing, he's pressuring the government so much that like politicians are falling, like they are fighting between each other, like they're like, no, you're gonna fall first, like they're like fighting in the party that she belongs to. Um, so the government wasn't doing anything. The army took more than 4 hours to start controlling the situation. Like this started like before 9 a.m. in the morning, and they started controlling. And I'm gonna say controlling as a word, but it's not what they were actually doing. Um, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours later, and she hadn't said a statement at all. Like she didn't say anything. The official communication from the government was everything is under control. Nothing happened. This is just panic from the citizens. Everything's under control. And like you were seeing the videos, you were hearing the sirens, you were like looking at the pictures and like, no, it's not under control. Why are you lying to us? Like it's just ridiculous. So it's concerning what's going on. Because they're not doing anything, they're not saying anything, they're taking their time to control everything. It appears that she was not aware of him being captured.
No, because they
uh,
probably didn't want to tip her, like you just
because
said.
what was happening is they already knew where he was from like 6 years ago. Everyone knew where he was, and every time they were going to capture him, he got away because he got tipped. So that's the thing, like, but the problem is, like, see, you now see the involvement of how like the extent of narcos involvement in Mexico.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's concerning.
Wow. Yeah, they could. So they had to keep it top secret to just a few.
Yep.
You know. Wow, they couldn't even tell the officials there. So is the uprising and the violence and all that, is that it's also against civilians or just law? The law.
So far, it's just the law and officials. They were letting people get out of their cars or the buses where they were traveling and things like that, and let people go. That's something that they normally start doing when they do this type of things, but they don't care about the population. So if they don't see their needs met or they want to make a bigger statement, they'll probably start attacking like civilians. But so far, we haven't had any casualties from civilians. So that's,
Civilians.
yeah.
Right. So what about the tourist areas from the people that go to the resorts and stuff like that? What's happening with them?
Right now, I don't have clarity on that regard.
Hmm.
I know there's a lot of countries issuing statements and like they're warning people to be safe, to stay inside. And I don't know if they're planning evacuations and things like that. Hopefully, like the countries are bringing airplanes or something for their people, because we don't know how long this is going to. It's a little bit like a war zone right now.
Yeah,
So
so it does affect everybody, even though maybe there's no violence against the civilians. But what you're saying is, there's no access to food, medicine, things like that people, take for granted in their everyday lives. You might have needed to refill your prescription for something today, and you can't get to the pharmacy. So it
yeah.
affects the public in a certain way, maybe not a direct, violent way, but it does interrupt
No,
a lot of life.
and we're afraid to go out. Me, for like, I was gonna go. We don't have like the water here. You have to buy it because the sink is not safe to drink.
Hmm.
So mine was almost empty, and I was gonna get out to get some water,
Be
and
careful.
I was not able to because everything was closed. Like, you have no food. You have like, there's like fortunately I had a lot of things in my fridge, so
Yeah.
I can go by for like at least a week and a half. uh, but it's concerning if this keeps going on and we don't have shops open. It's gonna start like, yeah, it's gonna start affecting us in other ways. And
Yeah.
for people who are here, like tourism and all of that, well, of course, everyone's scared because this is not the norm. Like, we're used to some of this happening sporadically, some places. We've never seen it this big in the country. So it's scary even for us. So I can imagine people who are not from here, who are just witnessing this, like, they're panicking, of course. So hopefully they'll get home safe. But yeah, this is a huge thing. This is the first time we experience something like this in Mexico.
Now, I got to ask you a question. Now, I don't know if you can answer this, and you may not be able to answer this because obviously you are, you're everybody's social media out there is monitored, this and that. But do you feel, you don't have to give an opinion if you don't want to, that this is a good thing that took place or a bad thing that took place? Do you think there's a good effect to
Well,
taking this individual out?
it's gonna be like a domino effect. I think it's gonna get worse before it gets better. So I don't think necessarily it's a good thing. It's good. It's a good thing because it's exposing the government. It's a good thing because they're exposing that the ties that they have with the narco. But I don't know if it's a good thing for the population and our economy right now. I don't think it's a good thing. Um, but we couldn't let it continue. So I don't know. It's just, I'm conflicted because in one hand I want this to be over and like the narcos to get like leave like the country or get stopped or something. But on the other hand, it's like now
Yeah.
we're in a situation where like families are separated, like we don't have access to food. Like, it's just, I don't know.
So basically, you are a boots on the ground individual, is what we call it. You're right in the trenches of this. Do you feel that the way life was going under this rule, that everyday life was affected greatly?
Yes, it
by
was.
the cartel. It's this cartel, I'm sure, but whatever the organization was doing, did it affect daily life in a negative way overall?
Um,
You
well,
know,
yeah, because there were like these confrontations, like there's the economy is being affected. There were small businesses who were affected. Politicians are stealing and stealing and stealing money, and it's all in
yeah,
these criminal organizations. And like when I was working, well, and I haven't been able to find a job since because of the economy is not great.
right.
Um, they took 40% of my salary in taxes, which
Oh
is insane. So and you don't see like the I'm sorry,
no,
social security is
yeah,
horrible. Um, the like infrastructure, we like everything's falling because they're stealing the money. So it's just
I don't
it,
know. Are you
we
optimistic?
are very hardworking people,
Yes,
and
I
you
know.
don't see what we are contributing to society being actually spent where it's supposed to go, and you see the politicians like stealing it away. So I don't think it could be sustainable
No,
anymore.
yeah, I
Yeah.
get it. So, do you think you are you optimistic about a outcome in the future, near future, or long term? Do you think this would end up being a good thing, or do you think that history is just going to repeat itself, and the cycle and the greed just is more powerful than any type of any type of situation like
Well,
this?
I'm the like uh, I like to hope that things are gonna work for the best,
I
and
know.
that at least my country is gonna see some good good days after this.
All right,
Hopefully, yeah.
good. You're optimistic. That's good. All right, you're
Yeah.
optimistic, and you are safe, right? So
Yes.
you're a little bit uneasy, and we value you here as an individual. We met on this YouTube thing from
Yeah.
different spaces, and we ended up having a nice, nice relationship with all these people in both our shows. So, all right, I just wanted you to come up and
Yeah.
make sure you're safe. Hopefully, you do
Everything's
some.
good.
Hopefully, you do some updates throughout the day.
I will. Thank
All
you
right,
so much for having me.
be, all right. Be careful. We'll talk to you later.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye bye. So there you go, right from Mexico, right from the trenches, right in the middle of it all. Ximena. When we say showstopper, guys, yes, we do stop for good people. And I'm happy that she came up today. So prayers out to Ximena. There you go. ALV sending out some prayers. Delilah sending out some prayers. Hope for better days. Hey, teacher, everybody's rooting for you here today. We're getting to Pablo. We're not in a rush today. Tours can get stranded. Yeah, there is a ripple effect. Hey, teacher, there is a ripple effect. I know, Zelda. It's tough. Ximena, get on a plane and get the thing. I can't. You guys are the best. Boil the sink water. Well, I could tell you this. I went to Mexico 1990. I had to go there in 1990. Wow. Two-ish. 1992-ish. I had to go to Mexico. And a dear friend of mine got a parasite because we had to go to a bar and he drank the water. They gave him ice cubes from the faucet water, not purified water. He had a parasite for 22 days. Yeah. Yeah, Arlene, that's exactly what's going on out there. This is the situation. This is what's happening, guys. So we got a special guest today in Ximena, and that was great to have that. She gave us a whole breakdown. It's not something that I even need to cover. So wonderful. Wonderful, Ximena.